the second unit, and the first chapter of that unit is stereochemistry. So let us understand what is meant by stereochemistry. Stereochemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of structure in three dimensions, in which the relative atoms, the relative spatial arrangement of atoms or group of atoms that forms the structure of molecule and their molecule manipulation we are going to study. So let us understand how it will happen. So consider this is a methane molecule which has a 4 hydrogen and the carbon is there. So this is a structure in 2 dimension. When we saw methane in a 2 dimension, it looked like here. But when we saw this particular structure in 3 dimension, you can see here the relative atoms of this methane molecules, that is hydrogen, 4 hydrogen atoms, look like this. So this is the bit of the 3-dimensional structures. Okay, so the study which begins with this particular arrangement is known as stereochemistry. I hope you can understand. So now let us move some important concept while understanding this topic. Okay, so let us first one is the chiral carbon. Chiral carbon means any molecule which is a tetrahedral carbon which contains 4 different groups. Let us understand again some taking this example. This is a methane molecule, but in this case, the central carbon having 4 groups, but they are not different. So these 4 groups are identical, therefore it is not a chiral molecule. Let us consider another example. So this is another example. This central carbon having 4 different groups. There is aldehyde group, right? This is first group, this is second group, this is third group, this is fourth group, and this carbon being a tetrahedral. So this is a chiral molecule. Next one is this particular group is there. Again, there are 4 different groups are there. So you can see, and there is a carbon at center, so it is a chiral molecule. So these 2 molecules are chiral because of they have 4 different groups, and therefore they shows enantiomers. They shows isomers, just such as enantiomers. The molecule which possesses chiral center, they shows isomers. So this particular molecule showing isomer. Okay, here it is. You can see. So this is the molecule which shows its corresponding isomer. It is the mirror image of this one. Okay, so chirality means any molecule which is non-superimposed with its mirror images, right? So chiral we can define again in another word that molecule which is not non-superimposable with its mirror image. So what is meant by non-superimposable? Suppose this is a molecule and this one is its mirror image, right? So now when we are going to try this mirror image on this molecule, so you can see here. So now you can see that this particular hydroxyl group is over the hydrogen. So there is no same group. That means if it is hydroxyl group rather than this hydrogen, then this can be superimposed. Here it is similarly, this hydrogen is over the hydroxyl group. So that means this is not a superimpose. This is non-superimposable mirror image. Okay. Now let us consider example. Suppose if you take your right hand and left hand and trying to pull that right hand on over left hand, so it look like here, right? It look like here. You can see that these thumbs are far apart from each other, so they are not overlapping each other. They are not overlapping. So such type of arrangement is known as non-superimposable. And when you are going to clap yourself, clap, then at that time, then your both hands are superimposable. So this is the difference between the superimposable and non-superimposable. Now let us consider another example. See, here it is, the peaks is here, right? You can see this peaks is mirror image of this. When you are going to place this peaks over this place, it exactly matches, right? This mirror image is exactly superimposable with this. So this particular arrangement is superimposable. It is superimposable, so it is not a chiral. So what is the mean by chiral? What is meant by chiral? Those species which is non-superimposable. So this one is a non-superimposable and this one is a non-superimposable. So they are chiral. They are chiral. So it is also chiral because they are non-superimposable. Now let us understand same example. So what happened when we are going to paint one of the side of the peaks with the blue color and take its mirror image? You can see this here. if you try to place this particular mirror image over this mirror image, now there is a difference between these two images. So that means this is not going to be overlap with this one. So it is a chiral one. Again, it is a chiral one because it is non-superimposable mirror images. Non-superimposable mirror images. Okay. So this is the difference between the chiral means those molecules which have enantiomers or isomers. These two isomers should not superimposable with each other. Okay. Now let us understand what is meant by enantiomer. Enantiomers are the isomers which are non-super mirror images of each other. So this is one molecule, and the second one is its mirror image. If we try to overlap this mirror image on the first molecule, then it is not going to be superimposable. That means it is enantiomer. The isomer which is not superimposable known as enantiomers. So now let us understand the diastereomers. Diastereomers means are the isomers which are not mirror images. While in the previous case enantiomer there should be mirror images. Their condition there should be mirror images. But in case of diastereomer there is no mirror images. So this is not mirror image. This is not a mirror image of this is A component and this is B component. So if you look at this particular group, if you take the mirror image of this group, then this OH should be appear here, but there is no such type of OH. So these two images are not mirror images of each other. They are not mirror images. So such type of isomer is known as diastereomers. Now let us understand racemic mixture. Racemic mixture means whatever the isomers you have, this isomer should be in equimolar mixture. Suppose these two are the isomers of the same compound, and they should be present in equal molar. So if it is 50%, then it should be 50% present in a mixture. So then you can call it as a racemic mixture. Similarly, this is another example of lactic acid. You can see this. This is the R lactic acid and this is X lactic acid. So both are the stereoisomer, both are the enantiomers. Both are the enantiomers. And they are present in 50% and 50%. So you can call it as a racemic mixture. Okay. Now next one is optical activity. So this optical activity means that the molecule or substance possesses it is ability to some compounds to rotate the plane polarized light. So this is arrangement of plane polarized, that is polarimeter. This is a light source. This is light source, where this is monochromator and this is your polarized filter. When you pass this light, the light is polarized or polarized, pass through monochromatic and polarized. You can see the direction of light. When this light is incident on this sample, this being a sample order, your sample is present here. When the light is incident on the sample, if this molecule is optically active, then the light will be slightly deflected. You can see the direction of these lights. So here it is, these are the vertical, but they are slightly deviated by some angles. So this deflection is considered as optical activity. The molecule possesses optical. If this deflection will not be occur, that means the molecule is optically inactive. So the optical activity is specially measured by the this polarimeter, in which the polarized light is rotated. Okay. Now let us understand what is meant by achiral. We learn about the chiral. Chiral means the molecule which is non-superimposable mirror images. Okay, but the chiral means they are superimposable. It is exactly opposite the achiral molecule or chiral molecule. So the any molecule which is superimposed with its mirror image is known as achiral. Now let us understand this example. If you consider this chair and place in front of the mirror, then you can see both the chairs are similar. Okay, the mirror image, if you try to this mirror image put on this chair, then it will be exactly matches in each corner. So it means both are same. So this is identical. So it is a superimposable type. Then it is achiral. So it is achiral. You can consider achiral because it is superimposed. So let us consider this is an example of 1,2-dichlorocyclopentane, and this is its mirror image. If we try to overlap this mirror image then you can see, so each hydrogen is lie on the same hydrogen, each chlorine group lie on the same chlorine group, each carbon lie on the same position. So the structurally and it is exactly matching. So this is a superimposed type of compound. So the structure, both the structures are superimposed. Superimposed. If it is superimposed, then it is a chiral molecule. Then it is a chiral molecule. So now let us understand the main topic of our unit. Why we need symmetry elements? Symmetry elements means symmetry is when a shape look identical to its original shape after being flipped or turned. What is meant by symmetry? A shape looks identical to its original shape after being flipped or turned. So there are some molecules which look like same, but there are some operations are there, symmetry operation we can call it as. Let us understand this example. If you pass this vertical line through this, then the half part of this molecule is look like exactly about this half part. So this particular structure being a symmetric structure. Now similarly, so again this is the image, and when we are going to pass this line, the half part is not matching with the another half part. So this is not a symmetric molecule. It should be asymmetric. So let us understand some examples from nature. This is a butterfly. When you pass this plane to the center of the butterfly or its head, then you can see that this half of is exactly equal with this half. So this is a symmetry. So we are going to flip that. We are going to turn the shape of this molecule by passing some elements. So, and due to this element, there is equal division. So that is a symmetry. So similarly, so this is sunflower. When we are going to pass this sunflower, pass a line through sunflower, there is equal distribution over the sunflower. So if you look at this cat, and then I'm going to pass a plane like that through the center, then you can see that there is exactly distribution of this equal distribution. So this is half part is exactly equal to this half part. So it is a symmetry type of operation. So symmetry means is a geometrical entity which is a line which may be plane or which may be point about which one can perform operation of rotation, reflection, and inverse or no. So a symmetry element, again I'm going to say a symmetry element is a geometrical entity. Geometrical entity means it should be line, it should be plane, it should be point. So then which can perform operation of rotation, reflection, or immersion, known as symmetry element. So what is meant by symmetry operation? So symmetry operation is a movement. It is a movement of molecule or object. So that particular, when we are going to apply the symmetry operation, that particular molecule should be rotated. Okay. About a symmetry element, what element you are going to consider about that symmetry element? You have to rotate your object or movement your object such that the resulting conformation is indistinguishable from the original. So whatever the symmetry operation we are going to apply on that particular object, that after the symmetry operation, that molecule will be indistinguishable from the original. Means they are similar, but the arrangement of atoms will be different, but the structurally they look like similar. So then symmetry operation will be transformed. This symmetry operation will be transformed molecule into equivalent or identical condition. So let us understand this. Suppose this is a water molecule, this is H1 and H2, and it possesses C2 axis of rotation. So when we are going to pass this axis to the center of water molecule and try to rotate this by this angle, 180 angle. Okay, so now there is, you can see that if we rotate this molecule through this degree, this angle, then this H1 will be at H2 and H2 will be at H1. So now look at here. Only the difference is that the position of atom is going to be changed, but the structure of this molecule is same. So what they say, what are the symmetry operation you are going to apply on that particular object of molecule, right? So the final structure will be indistinguishable with the original one. Means whatever the final structure we get, that structure will be similar with the original structure. So this is the beauty of symmetry operation. Now, let us understand some important points. If any one of the molecule, any molecule, possesses any one of the symmetry element is present. If any one of the molecule possesses symmetry element in a molecule, then the molecule is a chiral or symmetrical. Means if any molecule possesses any type of symmetry, either it is line symmetry, at this point symmetry, or this rotation reflection symmetry. If it is present, then the molecule should be a chiral or symmetry, symmetrical. If it is a chiral and symmetrical. Second, then this particular molecule means it is superimposed on its mirror image. Already we learn about these things. When the molecule is achiral, that means the isomers should be superimposed with mirror images, and hence these are optically inactive. So this sequence should be remembered. If the symmetry is present, the molecule is achiral. Achiral means there is a superimposed between these mirror images, means molecule is optically active. This sequence should be remembered. Symmetry element present means molecule is achiral, means there is superimposed mirror images, means they are optically inactive. Okay. So next one, if all the symmetry elements is absent, suppose none of the symmetry element is present in the given molecule, then the molecule will be non-superimposable. If the symmetry element is absent, the molecule is non-superimposable mirror images each other. Hence, it is chiral, so it will exhibit optical activity. So it's exhibit optical activity. So again, I'm going to highlight some points here. So symmetry elements, if present, means molecule is achiral. Okay, means superimpose mirror images. Superimpose mirror images means optically inactive molecule. Okay, so if symmetry is absent, any kind of symmetry is absent, all symmetries are absent, then molecule is chiral. That means non-super imposable mirror images. Means optically active. This sequence should be remembered because it gives lot of information. Okay, the question, final exam question will be asked on the basis of this chart, this symmetry chart. Okay, plane of symmetry, or someone can call it as a mirror plane of symmetry. So what do you mean by plane of symmetry? Plane of symmetry means is an imaginary plane that bisects a molecule into two equal halves such that atoms or groups are mirror images of each other. So now let us see here. This is the mesoform of tartaric acid, right? This is the mesoform of tartaric acid, and this one is its mirror image. Okay, this one is its mirror image. So this is mirror image, and this is mesoform. So now when we are going to pass a plane, so this plane is going to pass. You can see here the molecule is exactly bisected into two equal halves. So this half is equivalent to this one. So this OH, and both are mirror images of each other, right? Similarly, in the second case, this half part of this tartaric acid, mesotartaric acid, is mirror image of this half part. So such type of symmetry is known as plane of symmetry. Now let us understand by some example. So this is 1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane, right? When we pass a plane, so through 1,4 position, this molecule is exactly bisects, right? So this is a mirror plane, and similarly, this one is its chair form. So you can pass this plane through 1,4 position. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and it divides this molecule into equal to half. Similarly, this one. So here it is also. This is another example, that is 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. When you pass this plane through one position, then it equally distribute, equally divide this molecule into two halves. So this is the first part and this is half part. So both are mirror images. Now let us understand this example, that is 1,2-cyclohexanediol. So this is 1,2-cyclohexanediol. When you pass this molecule plane through this position, so then it equally divides this molecule. This half part is exactly mirror image of this part. So this part, all molecule possesses plane of symmetry. Okay. Now let us understand second element of symmetry, that is center of symmetry. So center of symmetry means, again, it is an imaginary point or atom in a molecule such that if a line is drawn from any group of the molecule to this point and then extended to an equal distance beyond the point, it meets the same group. Now let us understand it by considering this example. So you can see this example is, you can see here, this particular point is the center of symmetry. So according to definition, if we draw a line through this point, okay, from any group of point, here it is, you can see. So imaginary point or atom in a molecule says that if a line is drawn from any group of a molecule to this point, so suppose we are going to draw a line from this point like that, okay. So this is an imaginary point. Here it is. From this imaginary point, if we extend same distance to the opposite direction, now so see here, we're going to extend the same distance at the opposite side. You can see here the same group is going to be appear. Here it is CH3 and here it is also CH3. That means this is the center of symmetry. The molecule possesses center of symmetry. Now let us consider another example. Suppose this is a COH group. From this COH group, we are going to draw a line to this point. Okay. From that point, at exact equal distance, we are going to extend this point. Okay. Here it is COH. Now at the opposite side, it is also COH. That means this molecule possesses again center of symmetry. So let us understand by this example, taking example. So again here from this point to this point, we are going to draw. To the opposite side, if you extend this line, you get the same group. So it means the molecule possesses center of symmetry. Similarly for this, so this molecule possesses 4 center of symmetry, right? Similarly, you can see here, this is another example. So here it is. Suppose this is your point, center of symmetry point. Okay, this is imaginary point we are going to draw. Suppose if we extend this line towards this direction, okay, from here it is this hydrogen. We are going to draw a line from this hydrogen to the center of this point, imaginary point. And if we extend this line in opposite direction, you can see here there is a CH3 group, but here it is H group. That means this molecule does not possess any kind of center of symmetry. Okay, this at this position. But if we draw a line from this point, oxygen, to this imaginary point, so here it is, you can extend this line to next to this one, so you can get this oxygen group. That means the molecule possesses center of symmetry, right? So it has a center of symmetry. Similarly, from this hydrogen, if you draw a line to this position, and from that point, if you extend this line, you get the same group, that is hydrogen, means this particular molecule possesses center of symmetry. But if you draw the line from this CH3 group to this point and extend to this equal distance, you will get the hydrogen. Okay, so it means there is no center of symmetry, right? But there are some points which shows a center of symmetry. Similarly, another example is there. Same example is there, but it is in the transform. Okay, this is the transform of this model. Okay, now here it is, we are going to draw a line from this hydrogen, so an imaginary line to this point, and we are going to extend the same line at the same distance. If we get the same group, that means center of symmetry. Hydrogen is there, hydrogen, so it is the center of symmetry. Similarly, from this group, and then extend this to this at equal distance, you will get the same group, center of symmetry. Similarly, for this oxygen, so if you draw a line from this carbonyl oxygen to this imaginary point and extend at the same distance, you will get the carbonyl oxygen. That means this whole molecule possesses center of symmetry at every point. So this is the basic idea about the center of symmetry. Center of symmetry is the imaginary point in which a line is drawn from any atom or group of atoms from in a molecule. Just like as here, we are going to draw a line from this group to this imaginary point and extend it at an equal distance. If we get the same group, that means the center of symmetry. Okay. Now let us understand the last point of this topic, that is alternating axis of symmetry. So alternating axis of symmetry is the line which passes through a molecular structure around which, if rotated through an angle x followed by reflection on a mirror placed at right angle to the axis, produces the same phase of the molecule. So now, in short, it is a rotation reflection type of symmetry. First, initially we have to rotate the molecule through specific angle which is present in that molecule, and then we should take a mirror images which is perpendicular to that molecule axis. And if that mirror image is similar with the original structure, then the molecule possesses alternating axis of symmetry. Now let us understand by this example. So here it is, this example is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tetramethyl cyclobutane. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 tetramethyl cyclobutane. Tetramethyl cyclobutane. Okay, and now, so it is a cyclobutane, so its angle of rotation is 90 degrees Celsius. So we are going to rotate this angle to 90. So we are going to rotate by this angle. So here it is, the structure is here. Now, if we are going to rotate by this angle, okay, so by this angle, that means this particular group goes here, right? Hydrogen is here. This methyl group should be here. That means this one carbon position should be shifted from this position to this position. This 4 will be shifted at 3 position, 3 will be shifted at 2 position, and 2 will be shifted at 1 position. So I'm going to write down this configuration as it is. Okay, now this configuration here is CS3, this is H, and this configuration, third position configuration at this position, this is HCS3, and this configuration at this position, so CS3, this is H. Okay, the numbering should be here. So number goes here, this is 1, this should be 2, this should be 3, and this should be 4. Something, no, sorry, this is 1, 4, this is 1, 2, 3, and this should be 4. Okay, so now here it is, we are going to take mirror image of this molecule. So for that we have to consider this is axis of rotation, that is C4 axis of rotation. So for this axis we are going to pass a plane that is a perpendicular. So this is a plane which is perpendicular to this axis. Okay, now let us draw mirror image of this one. This is the structural skeleton, right? So if we are going to take a mirror, this is exactly below of this molecule. So when we are going to consider the mirror of this molecule, this particular group, that is CS3 hydrogen, will be at this position because it is a mirror image. So CS3, here it is, this group is hydrogen as it is, and this is just below. This is hydrogen, this is CS3. Okay, similarly this hydrogen should be at the top, this, and this methyl group should be at the bottom position. Similarly, this methyl group should be at the top position. Here it is CS3, and this hydrogen should be at the bottom. Okay, Now we are going to number this one. So this carbon is here 1, this 2 is here, 3 is here, and this is 4 is there. So if you check the structure with this initial structure, so you can see here methyl groups. The methyl group CH3 at the first position, hydrogen is there. In the second position, the hydrogen is there, methyl at the bottom. In the third position, the methyl groups at the top. Here it is hydrogen at the bottom. Similarly, this is hydrogen at the top and methyl is. So these two structures. So these two structures are structurally identical. So the molecule possesses alternating axis of rotation. So here you can see simply here, this is the first rotation. This is a rotation C4 because it is a cyclobutane. So 90-degree rotation is happening. So we are going to rotate this molecule. So the position of group is going to be changed. This particular group will be shifted here. This group will be shifted here, and this group is shifted here. Similarly, this group shifted here, and we draw the structure, right? And after that, we are going to pass a plane which is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. So this is axis of symmetry, and this plane is going to be perpendicular. And we draw the mirror image of this molecule. So this is mirror image of, suppose this is A and this should be B, of B. And that B is equivalent to A. So then it means this molecule possesses alternate axis of symmetry. And if any molecule possesses either plane of symmetry, either center of symmetry, or alternate axis of symmetry, then the molecule is optically inactive. Okay, thank you.